Highest bidder wins.
What's the news with our great town attorney?
Not a lot. Not a lot going on.
I was talking about you yesterday. I was up at the courthouse and talking to Sue Barth, and she had good things to say about you.
Well, she's I got a lot of good to say about her.
I tell you, they're gonna be in trouble when she leaves.
Yes, they've lost one other one. Who was it recently lost? Somebody that Brenda worked with, or not Brenda, but Sue worked with. I can't think of her name, but when they lose Sue, that's gonna be a big hit. I think Rick will be the first to tell you.
He can't hear because of his hair.
There we go.
Have you,
I guess this is his last time he can run or whatever, so
He's term limited out.
Yeah.
I believe.
Bob.
Yeah.
have you seen him?
Yeah.
Yes.
But he did
Like
win
Randy
the
did.
election.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what the
Really?
deal is. Sue doesn't know either. Her husband,
Speak, hey,
Bob, he
Willie.
built my cabinet in the house. He was just
Can anybody hear me?
After midnight. Yeah, not now. It was busy yesterday.
Busy today.
Yeah. It's always busy.
How's our guy doing? Any word?
Our, the police, fire, and ambulatory service for this town is just unbelievable. I mean, it's,
Two we're struggling right now is down in Ingles, it's Station 2.
mhm.
We have getting it staffed.
I can hear you.
Sometimes-
That's what he said.
I'm on midnight time, 6 in the morning, doing
Said you can
somebody.
hear me?
That's
I
what-
don't know if they get a truck available or not. You don't know. So they get
Is he texting you or is he
dispatch
on
out
the
here
air?
to say, just
Well,
call.
he couldn't get on.
Got calls.
Oh,
She was
okay.
trying to get on.
Are they there or not?
Yep.
We don't know.
Steve's not gonna be on there. I mean, he just hears. Can we hear him?
He probably has to rejoin since the entire thing shut down.
Yeah, I may have to redo it, reboot it.
You might text him and say, hey, try to join now, it's back up.
That'd be the high school.
He's rebooting right now.
What's the address?
6888.
6888 South 300 West?
Wait,
South 300 West?
6988.
Oh.
So I always think of 36 is 700.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, roughly.
Anybody hear me?
Sure can.
Yo,
Woohoo! All
how we
right.
doing?
I'm good.
Good, good, good.
The only address that's close to that is Max Mercy.
Oh, it's that far south.
Well,
Okay,
6972.
it's 6 o'clock, a little after it's call to order. Have a moment of silence, please. Thank you. Captain, you lead us in the pledge, please.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America,
To
to the republic.
Which is
for which stands
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
well.
Roll call for determination of quorum, Willie.
All righty. Steve Denny,
Here.
Robert Jones,
Oh, here.
Shane Davis.
Here.
Marissa Skaggs.
Here.
Chet Bab.
Here. We do have a quorum. We'll go right to old business, which is ordinance 2129, adoption of the 2022 budget. We had our public hearing meeting at the regular scheduled October council meeting, so any comments or questions, or it's pretty straightforward, really.
Marissa had some questions, but I think Karen answered those
Yeah.
beforehand, so
Yep.
we're good.
Yep, it was good.
One other thing, Marissa, we were talking about the, actually physically checking the labor and material. We do about 145 a month that we have to check because they don't transmit right or something.
That's fine.
Yeah.
If there isn't any comments or questions, can I have a motion to accept the adoption of the 2022 budget?
So moved.
I'll second that.
Thank you. Okay, I have a motion and a second on ordinance 2129. Roll call, Willie, I'm sorry.
All righty. Marissa Skaggs.
Aye.
Shane Davis.
Aye.
Robert Jones.
Aye.
Steve Denny.
Aye.
Chet Bab.
Aye. Thank you. You glad, Karen? She's worked hard on this.
Yes.
Okay, under new business, ordinance 2126, modifying the local income tax. What this is, we voted for this in the 1st of October, is that right? Last
Late
meeting?
September.
September, yeah. And there was some questions and legalities that were brought up. Jeff thought we were okay, but to be safe, because it affects the whole county, we need to vote on this ordinance, just one reading or
Yes,
both?
but, and we also do need to conduct a public hearing again, in case there are any public comment about
Okay,
this ordinance. So
Okay.
we do need to suspend the public meeting and open the public hearing.
okay. At this time, I'll suspend the meeting and open up public hearing for modifying the local income tax. Any questions or comments? Online comments? Okay, at this time, I'll close the public hearing and reopen the council meeting. And again, this is really a revote from September meeting. Need a,
I'll make a motion to approve ordinance 21-26 with the local income tax.
I'll second that.
thank you, guys. I have a motion, a second for ordinance 21-26, modifying the local income tax. Roll call, please.
Marissa Skaggs.
Aye.
Steve Denny.
Aye.
Robert Jones.
Aye.
Shane Davis.
Aye.
Chet Bab.
Aye. Thank you. Next new business is ordinance 21-28, amending the trash and recycle rate. In basic terms, well, Scott, why don't you go through it? Not,
And we also need to open a public hearing on this one, Chet.
okay. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, so the hearing's open?
Okay. At this time, I'll close the public meeting and open up the public hearing for ordinance 2128, amending the trash recycle rate. Scott, go ahead.
Okay, so, we bid the trash, collection, including the recycling. Going back in history, we bid it, I don't know, 7 years ago, somewhere in that time frame. Renewed it, under the previous administration, and, I felt it was good to get bids in. We got the bids in, and, they came in a little bit higher, or the winning bid came in a little bit higher than what our current rates are, and in the spirit of just making it basically a pass-through, I took it's a 4-year contract, and what I did is I took a weighted average, you'll love this math teacher, I took a weighted average, spread out over projected population growth, and, so this rate is set at that, so it's basically a pass-through. There's a little bit collected at the beginning of the first 4 years, but then at the end of the 4 years, we actually lose some money, and then, so in the end, it equals out as a pass-through. Of course, the hard thing to project was what was the population. So that came out to $14 a month for trash. Recycling is $7.43 a month. Second cart is $4.25. Second, third, fourth, just each cart after the first one is $4.25. that's different about this time around is the town is gonna go back to picking up the limbs. We've always picked up the leaves. Heavy trash day will be 1 day a month. That was an effort to keep the costs down, to the public. And then we're gonna have a couple of, we're gonna have residents, some residents who normally had put in the alleys are gonna have to now put to the front. That's mostly due to the trucks are now automated. They just have a driver, you know, they pick up the can and dump it. Well, that's getting too big for the alley. We're getting telephone poles damaged. People are getting their yards as the truck tries to make the turn. They're getting damaged. So we're gonna ask some residents to move it to the front. If there's somebody who is elderly or has a physical disability and can't do that, usually the alley is, you know, tends to be an even run from the house, a level run, versus we have some streets where the front drops off significantly. We'll just have them, we're gonna send each one of those residents an individual letter, and they can call us up and say, let us know that they may have difficulty physically, and we'll make special arrangements.
Thank you. Any comments from the public or questions? Still nothing? Okay. Council, any questions or comments?
Scott, I'd like your comment about make special arrangements for folks who might have a disability getting their trash can out there.
Right.
That's the great thing about small town America.
Yeah.
You make it happen.
Yeah.
You know, we get that figured out.
Yeah.
We'll get that person's trash out there if they're not able to do that.
We'll look at it case by case.
I love that piece.
Now, Scott, I know like the high school, some like I don't know if the football team does it, but I think the baseball team in the past, they've had to do so many hours of community service. That was just part of their deal.
Yeah.
Maybe that's something that we
Whatever.
can get with the school to say, hey, you know, we've got this. Would they be
Yeah.
willing to
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
go around and help these?
Somebody who lives in that
Volunteer
proximity.
opportunity.
You know.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Okay, at this time, I'll close the public hearing and reopen our council meeting. I just want to mention one thing or make a point. With this $14, this is for a 4-year contract, taking place of a 4-year contract. And like Scott said, we got bids or put out for bids, but we're going from $12.74 from 4 years ago to $14, $1.26 a month. And it's $15.12 a year. And I kind of went through a bunch of different towns around here, around Indiana. We're at the very bottom. It's a good thing on this charge, and get very few complaints about our trash pickup. So good job. It's Best Way. I don't think we mentioned that, but it is Best Way, and they come in, presented to Scott, myself, and Willie a couple months ago. But
It's a continuation of the same company too, so there shouldn't be many problems to
No.
start with.
that's right.
And Scott did a lot of homework on this, and I've got copies of all the different scenarios if anybody wants to look at them. And basically just boils down to, we're not gonna make any money on the trash, just to pass through and keep our citizens happy.
Yep. Any other comments or questions from council? If not, I need a motion for ordinance 2128.
He did close the
Oh,
hearing.
did you?
I'll make a motion to approve ordinance 2128.
I got a motion, I need a second.
Second.
I have a motion and a second on ordinance 21-28, amending the trash recycle rate. Roll call, Willie.
Marissa,
Aye.
Steve Denny,
Aye.
Robert Jones,
Aye.
Shane Davis,
Aye.
Chet Bab.
Aye.
I'll make a motion to suspend the rules and have a second reading.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second to suspend the rules. Roll call.
Marissa Skaggs,
Aye.
Steve Denny,
Aye.
Robert Jones,
Aye.
Shane Davis,
Aye.
Chet Bab.
Aye. Okay, we'll suspend the rules. At this time, we'll have the second reading on ordinance 21-28, amending the trash and recycle
Make a
rate.
motion to adopt the second reading on ordinance 21-28.
I'll second.
Thanks, Bob and Shane. We have a motion and a second for ordinance 21-28. Roll call vote.
Shane Davis,
Aye.
Robert Jones,
Aye.
Steve Denny,
Aye.
Marissa Skaggs,
Aye.
Chet Bab.
Aye. Ordinance is passed. I want to question that, back up here to old business, because I don't want to mess this up. Do we need to have the second reading for the second reading, or are we okay with what we've done tonight?
With regard to the local income tax.
Yes. I'm sorry.
If we did it again for safety, so I recommend that we, if the council is open to it, that we suspend the rules and pass the ordinance on the same night it's been introduced.
Again,
Because it is a brand-new ordinance.
okay,
Okay.
okay.
I'll
That's-
make a motion to
I just
suspend
didn't
the
want them
rules.
coming back.
Thank you.
I'll second that.
Okay, we'll give a motion to suspend the rules for ordinance 21-26, modifying the local income tax. Roll call.
You hear that, Steve?
I heard it. Yep.
Okay. Marissa Skaggs,
Aye.
Steve Denny,
Aye.
Robert Jones,
Aye.
Shane Davis,
Aye.
Chet Bab.
Aye.
Make a motion
Move.
to approve the second reading of 21-26.
I'll second that.
Okay, Shane, Bob, thank you. I have a motion and a second for ordinance 21-26 to have the second reading. Roll call.
Marissa Skaggs,
Aye.
Steve Denny,
Aye.
Robert Jones,
Aye.
Shane Davis,
Aye.
Chet Bab.
Aye. Ordinance 21-26 is passed. Any comments or questions? Okay, at this time, I want to, one more thing. Our next meeting is scheduled for November 11th, which is a legal holiday. I was going to move it up. If I move it up, it's next week, and we really have no new business. So at this time, then if something comes up, we'll have a special meeting, but I'm going to cancel the November 11th meeting. Everybody okay with that?
Yep.
Yep.
Like, if something comes up and we have to schedule a meeting, we can always do that. Give it a 48-hour notice, but I can't see having a meeting next week when we don't have anything. It's a waste of that. And having it on a holiday is not a good thing, It's a legal holiday. All right, thank you. Meeting adjourned.
World record.
We're getting better.
Really?
We're
Yeah.
getting better.
Are you still gonna try to do the parade?
No, Bob and I had me talk about it.
Yes.